light of stars in the night season.
Right? The Most High is a light to us, to show us and to guide us where we need to go. So you have to have faith in the Lord if you're keeping the commandments, if you're following Him, then you're going to know you're guided by that light. You got it.
Go on this one. Let me get Numbers 15 and 40.
Come. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 40. That ye may remember and do all my commandments and be holy unto your God.
Right, so we have to remember to do all the commandments and be holy. Let me get Leviticus 20 and 26.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 26.
Does anyone know what holy means? Set apart.
And ye shall be holy unto me, for I the Lord am holy, and have severed you from other people.
So the Lord cut us from other people. We're not meant to be mixing and mingling with everyone. You had the workplace, again, clock in, clock out. Kind of say you're going to go to the pub. You're going to enjoy the meal. I believe I've only been to the pub once. That was only when the Benjamin pub. Other than that, I'm not going to a pub, right? Come on. Come on. One time, innit? Only one time. Right? There's a Benjamin pub. Come on.
And have severed you from other people.
The Lord said, cut us from other people.
That ye should be mine.
That we should be what?
That ye should be mine.
So we're the Lord's inheritance. We are the Lord's. Then you get the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29, verse 1. We made a covenant with the Lord.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29, verse 1. These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
Right, so we made a covenant with the children of Israel, right? Through Moses, the mediator at that time. Come on.
In the land of Moab, beside the covenant which he made with them in Horeb.
Right, that's right. So we made agreement with the Lord. Let me get Numbers, finish up Numbers.
Number 15 and 40. 41. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 41. I am the Lord your God, and which brought you out of the land of Egypt.
This is the reason why I pulled this precept, because the Lord brought us out of the land of Egypt. This is why we're here now, to remember the Passover. He brought us out of the land of Egypt. Come on.
To be your God.
To be your power.
To be your God. I am the Lord your God.
And the Lord keeps repeating himself, right? From Genesis to Exodus to Numbers to Leviticus to Deuteronomy, right? And so on and so on. The Lord's repeating the same thing, repetitive. Let me get 1 Corinthians 13.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13.
Start from 11.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child.
Right, so when we, as children, when we grew up, we spoke as children, right? Now we're men, we can't be speaking as children. We have to be adults, be mature, come on.
I understood as a child.
Right?
I
As
thought.
children, they take time to understand certain things. You got to kind of go around the same thing, and they kind of get it. They might not get it. They might ask the same question again, right? But as men, we kind of get it at the same time. We ask one question, and that's it. Retain it. Remember it. Come on.
I thought as a child.
Right?
But when I became a man.
But what?
When I became a man.
Right, so we're men. We're all men in it. Right? No one's a child in it, other than children, obviously. Right? Come on.
I put away childish things.
Right?
For now we see through a glass darkly.
Come on.
But then face to face.
Come on.
Now I know in part, but then shall I know even as also I am known.
Right, so we can see clearly now, as the song says. I can see clearly now. Right? You can see clearly now, innit? Right? We know who we are, innit? Right? Come on.
Come on.
Let me finish off on that. I've got a question here, right? You got three, you got hope, you got charity, and you got faith. What is the greatest? You say faith. What about you? You don't even say it. He comes camp with us, so he knows it. He comes camp. What does everyone say? Faith, charity. What does everyone say? Faith. Okay, read that.
And now abideth faith, hope, charity. These three.
These what?
These three.
You got three. Come on.
But the greatest of these is charity.
Is what?
It's charity.
Let me get Leviticus 19 and 17. Let's find out why though. Let's find out why is charity. What is charity? What is alms? Is it giving someone money? Or is it calling them and seeing if they're okay? Right? I asked Ash out there, I said, listen, what's your life like? I didn't even say, how's work? Right? I said, what's your life like? Well, then again, I did say how's work. Then I said, look, how's your life? Did you eat right? That's the question that people want to know. Like, listen, how are you doing? Generally, are you healthy? What's going on? That's charity. It's not always about money. Right? Give a brother a text or call. Right? Come on.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
And this is a commandment that a lot of people struggle with, whether they want to admit or not. To hate your brother in your heart. It can be the littlest thing. Oh, why did you bring out a precept before me? Right? Why did you things like that? The simplest things. Right? Why did he put on a headband? Why is it locks like that? My lock's not like that. My hair's not growing. My beard's not growing. These little things, then it turns to hate. Then it builds up and builds up and builds up and builds up. And then before you know it, you're starting spilling out all their business over the smallest things. Because you really deep down, you hate them. You don't really love them. Right? Come on.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Right? And you can't be scared to tell someone, listen, stop smoking. Stop watching those videos at night. Stop doing this, stop doing that, stop fornicating, right? Stop breaking the Sabbath. When you see the sun goes down, let me get Nehemiah 13 and 19, right? When you see the sun about to go, that's when you stop. You don't continue still cooking, continue still watching Netflix and chill, whatever you do, Amazon Prime, right? What's the other one? ITVX. Right? You still watch Netflix, you're still watching what you want to watch, you're still doing your own pleasures. When the sun goes down, it should be serious time. This is why you got your freebies on, to remind you, oh, it's a Sabbath. Let me do everything I need to do. You got Sunday to Friday, just before the sun goes down. That's it. You take it easy. Right? When I first come to this truth, I remember I was in Europe trying to buy some parts for my car. And someone randomly said, I need to hurry up and do this. It's about to be the Sabbath. I said, what? Just coming to this truth. What are the chances of someone saying that out loud as well? I need to hurry up and buy this. It's about to be the Sabbath. So we kind of get our warnings in the beginning. Now we're seasoned, we should know better. So now we know better, we do better. Right? Read that from the King.
This is Nehemiah chapter 13 and verse 19. And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark.
Began what?
Began to be dark.
So I can't really be trusting Google, you know. I can't really be trusting. I've got to look outside. I've got to kind of determine, okay, cool, how's it yesterday? Right? If it's a bit grey, is there stars? I've got to kind of determine and going off my spirit as well, not just off what the so-called white man says, man. Right? Oh yeah, the sun's gone down. Right? But it's not really going down, man. You got to discern. You got to use discernment as well, and just know what's going on as well. You can't really just always phone a friend. Right? Or is it who wants to be a millionaire? Kind of phone a friend. Right? There's a Sabbath here. He's in a different area. He's in Birmingham. His Sabbath's different from yours. Right? He's in money. Right? That's all I can. Alright, let's go back to the 1 Corinthians. Let me get 1 Corinthians 14 and 40.
Come. Come. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 40. Let all things be done.
14 and 20.
Come. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 20. Brethren, be not children in understanding.
Right.
Howbeit in malice be ye children,
Right.
but in understanding.
Guess what? When children, when they fight, 2 minutes later they're best friends again. This is how we're meant to be as Israelites, right? We kind of catch up with each other, and then after that we forgot about it, right? You don't hold a grudge against someone and let it build up and that turns to hate, enmity, strife, debate even, right? As a man of God, you're meant to be as a child. You're meant to forgive your brother. As soon as it happens, you forgive him. Okay, cool, put that away. We move on forward now. We're going to move on in Yahweh Shai, right? Because we believe in the same Messiah. We believe in the Most High God. He rose up his son. So anything other than something serious, like God knows, right? You do something major and you can't be forgiven. That's still my brother, though, right? Other than that, you should be able to forgive him. 7 times 70, Yahweh Shai said, right?
God. Howbeit in malice be ye children,
right.
But in understanding be men.
But in understand be men. Right? We're men. Again, we're men. We understand. In understanding be men. Right? These are plain precepts as well. Because in the book of Corinthians, he's kind of talking to them like children. He gave them the milk. He couldn't give them nothing too hard. Right? You have to kind of deal with them as children. He was like the parent to them. Right? Let me get Nehemiah chapter 9 verse 1. Read the brother Peter says something about purging out the spirit. You've got to fast in this thing as well. You've got to be willing to afflict your body. Right? Like every minute you're eating, gluttonous. Right? Delivery every minute. Just eat every minute. Right? You're kind of waiting for the best meal and that, right? Madness.
Come.
So then when all hell breaks loose and that, and there's a famine, what are you going to do then? Because you're just used to eating every minute, right? Bring that.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 9 and verse 1. Now in the 24th day of this month, the children of Israel were assembled with fasting.
With what?
With
But
fasting.
they don't like fasting.
With
But they
fasting.
don't talk about fasting.
With fasting.
We have to fast. This is a major thing as well. You should be fasting regularly, right? Depending on your spirit, depending on how you are, you should be fasting. A full fast as well. You're not kind of drinking water on the side, right? You're kind of in the shower, with mouth open, right? You can't be doing these things, right? And these are things that our people do as well, right? I know my people, innit? Right? You kind of get away with it. You kind of swallow the toothpaste. You say it's just toothpaste, right? Let me hold that then. Let me get Matthew 6:16. Right? Because the Lord did say, don't appear unto men to fast. Right?
Come, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 16. Moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance.
Right? Because those people that celebrate Ramadan, right, they're telling the whole world they're fasting. Everyone knows they're fasting. And it's not even a proper fast. It's not a proper fast. It's not 24 hours. I believe they can eat at midnight, innit? Yeah, madness. Sunset. Yeah. Even worse than that. Right. Come on.
Come. Be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance,
Right.
for they disfigure their
Right, they
faces.
got a long face, dry, dribble coming down. I haven't eaten, man. My belly's hurting. They're kind of telling their manager, listen, yeah, I might not be able to work today, man. They're ringing the school and saying, my child's fasting, have mercy on him. Right, don't give him too much hard homework, right? They send out a text. I've got a text as well. They say, listen, if you're fasting, don't take part in certain activities. Now they're kind of feeling sorry for them. We don't want people to feel sorry for us. We're fasting for the Most High God, right? For ourselves, for the Most High God. Come on.
That they may appear unto men to fast.
Right.
Verily I say unto you, they have their reward.
You have your reward. Right? Men are going to pat you in the back. Oh, it's okay, man. I'll give you a bottle of water after you finish your fast. It's all right. Right? You have your reward. You're doing the ways of the heathen. The last time I checked, the Lord said, learn not the way of the heathen. Right? Come on.
But thou, when thou fastest, anoint thine head
Right.
and wash thy face,
Come on.
that thou appear not unto men to fast.
Right? So you can oil your face, you can wash your face, but you don't need to eat anything, you don't need to drink nothing. You don't need to be drinking water in the shower, right? You kind of got the soap, and you're just thinking, oh yeah, man, I don't know what I'm going to eat. But then you just drink something. Kind of got the African black soap and that. God knows what he's trying to do with that. Thinking his things with that. God knows. Right? Where we at? That's fine. African black, that's fine. 18, yeah, go on.
Verse 18. That thou appear not unto men to fast, but unto thy Father,
Unto thy Father,
which is in secret,
come on.
and thy Father, which seeth in secret,
Right.
shall reward thee
And
openly.
that's what we want the Lord to reward us openly, man. Right? Let me get Isaiah chapter 58, verse 3.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 3. Wherefore have we fasted, say they, and thou seest not? Wherefore have we afflicted our soul, and thou takest no knowledge?
Right? So the Lord, or basically they're asking a question, how come the Lord's not regarding my fast? How come the Most High God is not regarding our fast? He's going to answer it.
Behold, in the day of your fast, ye find pleasure.
You find what?
Ye find pleasure.
What are they doing?
Ye find
When
pleasure.
you're fasting, it's not meant to be a pleasurable day. Right? You're kind of in a lower state. You might be t-shirt ripped. You might even have ashes on your head from your frankincense and myrrh. God knows. Right? That's between you and the Most High. Come on.
And exact all your labors.
Right? They kind of want to pay all their bills, do everything they want to do. Right? Bring their friend. Oh, what's going on, man? I'm not outside. What's going on? Kind of being a no. Right? Come on.
Behold, ye fast for strife and debate.
Right? You want to kind of overthrow a brother. Right? Bring out the best precepts. Right? Kind of bring down all the dark sayings. Bring out all the dark sayings before him. Right? And be the first to kind of bring in the sheep when you come camp. That's what you're fasting for. You can't fast for that. That's stupidness. That's strife. Come on.
And to smite with the fist of wickedness, ye shall not fast as ye do this day,
Come on.
to make your voice to be heard on high.
Right?
Is this such a fast that I have chosen?
Right?
A day for a man to afflict his soul?
This is what the Lord has chosen. Come on.
Is it to bow down his head as a bulrush, and to spread sackcloth and ashes under him? Wilt thou call this a fast, and an acceptable day to the Lord?
Go on.
Is not this the fast that I have chosen? To loose the bands of wickedness,
Come on.
to undo the heavy burdens, and to let the oppressed go free, and that ye break every yoke? Is it not to deal thy bread to the hungry,
Right. Charity.
and that thou bring the poor that are cast out to thy house?
Right.
When thou seest the naked, that thou cover him, and that thou hide not thyself from thine own flesh.
Right. And that's showing mercy to your brother and your sister. Come on.
Then shall thy light break forth as the morning, and thine health shall spring forth speedily.
Right.
And thy righteousness shall go before thee. The glory of the Lord shall be thy reward.
And that's what we want to do when we're fasting. Right. That's the type of fast we want to do. Right. You don't bring a friend. Oh yeah, I'm fasting. Right. You don't be doing these things. Right. You can proclaim a fast, but only if they're taking part in that fast. They have to be taking part in that fast. Right. Let me get Joel chapter 2 verse 17.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, and verse number 17. Let the priests and the ministers of the Lord weep between the porch and the altar, and let them say, spare thy people, O Lord, and give not.
Let me get Joel 1 and 14.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 1, and verse 14. Sanctify ye a fast, call a solemn assembly, gather the elders and all the inhabitants of the land into the house of the Lord your God,
right,
and cry unto the Lord.
And do what?
And cry unto the Lord.
Right, so you can call people for a fast, but they have to be taking part in that fast. That's the only time you announce it. Right, come on.
Verse 15. Alas, for the day of the Lord is at hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty shall it come.
And again, the day of the Lord is not a play day, it's not a joke day, right? The day of the Lord is alas. When a man says alas, it's like, alas, it's something major, something's going on. Come on.
Is not the meat cut off before our eyes?
And again, no food, famine, that's going to happen, right? Come on.
Yea, joy and gladness from the house of our God. The seed is rotten under their clods, and the garners are laid desolate, the barns are broken down, for the corn is withered.
Right, that's no food in the place. Nothing. Let me get Amos 5 and 18.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 5, and verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
Now, woe is death and destruction. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. If you're not in the right mind, hey, death and destruction to you, because you're not doing what you're meant to be doing, you're not keeping the commandments. Come on.
To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Right? So we keep hearing about the day of the Lord. I thought the day of the Lord was meant to be Jesus come to save everyone. I'm hearing the day of the Lord is darkness, not light. Yeah, he's going to give a similitude to what the day of the Lord is like. Come on.
Verse 19. As if a man did flee from a lion.
Now imagine fleeing from a lion. Most men can't do that. I don't even think Usain Bolt can do that. Right? You'd be too scared, man. Right, come on. But say you did do that. Come on.
And a bear met him.
And then a bear met you. Got away from that lion now. Now a bear met you. A grizzly. Right? A big grizzly. Come on.
Or went into the house.
And then you got away from that grizzly.
And leaned his hand on the wall.
Right?
And a serpent bit him.
And that's enough to give you a heart attack. You just got away from a lion, a bear, and now a serpent is bit you. You might even have a heart attack. That's what the day of the Lord is like. Right? Constantly on the move, being pilgrims on the earth. Right? These are the things you have to understand, man. Right? So when we're going to birthdays and we're going to Christmas parties, saying it's okay, I'm not eating up the food. Hey, it's to your own destruction. You're deceiving your own selves. Right? Jump down to 21. Let me touch on that.
Verse 21. I despise your feast days.
No, but you're not taking part in it.
I despise your feast
But it's for
days.
the children.
I despise your
The
feast
Lord said he
days.
despised your feast days. He's not hearing that. He's not even regarding your feast days, right? Because you want to indulge in the wickedness of Babylon and of these people that are taking part in these things, right? Your friends, your cousins, your family members, they say, oh, just come, it's okay, man. I know you're Hebrew Israelite, but you can still just come, just for us to see you. You're not meant to be doing these things. I don't even think anyone in my phone or in my family would even call me to come to a birthday party, because they know what I'm going to tell them already, right? Come on.
And I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
Right, they kind of got the cake, the panda cake, right? Or was it SpongeBob SquarePants, right? Madness. Ben 10 or something. Madness. Right, let me get 1 Corinthians. Get my last one. Let me get 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 21.
Come, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 21. For in eating every one taketh,
Start from 20.
come, verse 20. When ye come together, therefore, into one place, this is not to eat the Lord's Supper.
Right, because some people think they can come to the Passover just because they want to eat food. Right, they kind of fasting the day before. Right, they're kind of wishing on the food. The whole thing's going to taste nice. Is there going to be sauce there? Right, it's not to eat. It's listen. It's literally the Lord's body. Let me get John chapter 6, verse 64. I'm back. St. John 6 and 6.
Come, this is the book of John, chapter 6 and verse 64. But there are some of you that believe not. For Yahushua knew from the beginning who they were that believed not, and who should betray him.
Come on.
Verse 65. And he said, therefore, said I unto you, that no man can come unto me, except it were given unto him of my Father.
And that's why when we pray Bahasham Mashak Yahushua, in the name of Yahushua. Right, come on.
From that time, many of his disciples went back.
Many what?
Many of his disciples went
So
back
some of his disciples went back, come on.
and walked no more with him. Then said Yahushua unto the 12, will ye also go away? Then Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go? Thou hast the words of eternal life.
Yahushua is the word. Now jump up. Let me get the book of, or you can jump up to 54. So same chapter 54.
Come, this
To
is book,
find out why they walked away.
this is the book of John chapter 6 and verse 54. For my flesh is Salakia. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood have eternal life.
Have what?
Have eternal
When
life.
the disciples are hearing this, they're thinking he's a madman. What do you mean we got to eat your blood? We got to eat your flesh. Right? Are we cannibals? Right? Come on.
And I will raise him up at the last day. For my flesh is meat indeed, and my blood is drink indeed.
Come on.
He that eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood dwelleth in me, and I in him.
Now most people couldn't understand this. They're thinking, hold on. What do you mean eat and drink your blood? I thought it was abomination. Let me get Leviticus 3 and 17, because they knew the law, right? But the Lord spoke in parables.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 3 and verse 17. And it shall be a perpetual statute for your generations,
Right.
throughout all your dwellings,
Come on.
that ye may neither, that ye eat neither fat nor blood.
So we're not meant to be drinking blood, right? This is kind of what the heathen, what the Canaanites, they kind of do that, right? So they knew the law. So they knew that we couldn't be eating blood, right? So let's go back to John chapter 6, verse 56.
This is the book of John, chapter 6, and verse 56. He that eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood dwelleth in me, and I in him.
Come on.
As the living Father hath sent me, and I live by the Father, so he that eateth me, even he shall live by me.
Right? So them hearing that thinking he's going off, they're thinking he's a madman. What do you mean eating and drinking? Right? They're thinking he's a madman. They're thinking he's gone crazy. Come on.
This is that bread which came down from heaven, not as your fathers did eat manna and are dead.
Right?
He that eateth of this bread shall live forever.
Come on.
These things said he in the synagogue, as he taught in Capernaum.
Right? So many people heard this. Come on.
Many therefore of his disciples.
How many?
Many therefore of his disciples.
Come on.
When they had heard this, said, this is an hard saying. Who can hear it?
And that's why they went back. They said it's a hard saying. Who can hear this? You got to eat your flesh, you got to drink your blood to get eternal life. Let me get Hosea chapter 12, verse 10.
Come, this is the book of Hosea, chapter 12 and verse 10. I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes.
Right, so the Lord spoke in parables, similitudes. It was hard for the average man to understand. Let me get Psalm 78 and 2.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 78 and verse 2. I will open my mouth in parable.
Come on.
I will utter dark sayings
When
of
you have a
old.
say,
I will utter dark sayings of
we
old.
spoke in parables and dark sayings, not for the average man to understand, right? Is that you? That's enough.
Let's go to Exodus chapter 14. We'll get verse 14 on the phone.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 14 and verse 14. And the Lord shall fight for you.
So like Exodus 12 verse 14.
Come. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 12 and verse 14. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial.
Right, this day, this Passover, should be for a memorial. You should keep doing it and keep doing it. That we remember what it's actually about. So we're not gonna just think about, Sarah and, what hairstyle she had. What type of braids did Judith get when she had put her braids in. That's not what the whole lesson's gonna be about. It's going to be about the Most High and the Passover that He, when He passed over us and redeemed us. That's what we're going to have to remember. Keep remembering that, as we go throughout this day, right? Evening now, so we are officially into this day of the Passover. Remember and meditate that this is the Lord's Passover. Let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 9 real quick as well, and verse 6. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 6.
Come. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 6. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs.
Right, the Most High made signs, wonders. That's what He did. It wasn't just simply we just came out of Egypt, we just walked out. Moses put his staff up, we just walked out the Red Sea. No, destruction had to happen. Right? Everything that they trusted in had to collapse. Right? The gods and the things that they trusted in had to collapse. That's what's going to have to happen here. We have to make sure we're ready for that. Because the Lord, He's not just a basic guy. He's not just going to come down and say, psst, psst, I'm saving you. Come here, just go, let's go. Right? He's not going to do that. He's going to come with effects. Right? Sounds. I think these movies, was it James Cameron and Steven Spielberg, they got effects. On the Most High, He's going to have the real sound effects, man. The real special effects. When He comes in and saves us, that's what we've got to be prepared for. Right? The big show that happens when the Most High comes and saves us. You think, oh yeah, Transformers, that was mine. See the guy, running on the motorway. Right? Yeah. Oh, this is going to be the action-packed movie. Right? When we're saved, it's going to be destruction. This is going to be everything. It's going to be comedy, right? Because they're going to be laughing at the heathen, right? It's going to be action, because it's going to be pure action. It's going to be a thriller, right? It's going to be intense, suspenseful. It's going to be a thriller, man. When we're in our houses and we don't know who's going to be knocking it. There's going to be a time when that Edomite's knocking on, ringing in that bell. She's not going to stop ringing. And when you hear that ringing stop, that's when you should be scared. Right, that's when you should be worried, because she's going to be coming around the back, coming around there. She's going to find an entrance there, and you're going to see her face out there, right, peering through. And she's going to have two of her Edomite sons with her, and they're going to have chainsaws, right? They're going to be, right, revving them, and they're going to do the Justin Bieber. They're going to say, "Run, nigga, 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 run, nigga," with their chainsaws, man, outside, right? That's a thriller, man. So this is going to be the movie, right? Let's read on.
Come on, verse 7. And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby he have believed.
That's how we're going to be saved, by our works and by faith. That was always what this was about, right? Faith and works, right? So don't worry about things that's going on outside, right? Just have faith and have works. Right? The Lord's gonna make happen what needs to happen. Right? So don't have worries, don't have stresses, right? Just have faith and do the works. Do what we need to do. Right? So that's how we're gonna be saved. We have to remember our deliverance. Like the brother said, it's not about Deliveroo, it's about deliverance. I don't think about Thursday deals with Deliveroo. Yeah, you get special deals on Thursdays. Now you get special deals when you keep the commandments, man, and have faith for deliverance. Let's read on.
Come on, verse 8. Shall be preserved from the said perils.
Right, so everything that's going on, we're going to be preserved. Like brother said, we're the salt of the earth. Because when we're keeping the commandments, we're the salt. We're going to be preserved from the destruction that's going to be upon the earth. We're still going to be here. We're going to be the preservative for this earth. The Most High could just wipe this earth out, right? Just take it out if He wanted. But His desire is that He made it for our sakes, that we may be here and live in it. That what we're doing right now today, we can be doing on a mass level with thousands of us, millions of us all over the world, and that one can become 1,000, right? That this could just be like just one family, man, one person's household, right? You got another household over there, right? Meki's got his household keeping his Passover over there, right? Right next to us, and he's got 500 in his household, right? When that's got 600 in his household. Right? Everyone's got hundreds and thousands in the household. Right? That's how we want to be in the kingdom, man. Let's read on.
Come. And shall see my salvation in my land, and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning.
Right? The Most High wants to see salvation from us. Right? No salvation. It's salvation in my land. Salvation in Australia. Those aren't coming to save Australians. They just went and killed all the Aboriginals. Right? Where was the Most High not dealing with that, man, at all. Right? The Most High is coming back for us, man. So we have to make sure that we're having faith and works until that time. Let's go back to Exodus 12 and verse 14.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 12, and verse 14. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast of the Lord throughout your generations.
So we should be remembering and rejoicing in the salvation that the Lord actually made for our people. Right? The Lord saved and redeemed us. This is what we should remember. This is the main thing that we should all be thinking about. How the Lord redeemed us from Egypt. Right? And Yahushua, and how He died. This is what the Passover is about. Go on.
Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever.
Right. So we're going to keep this feast day. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon as well. Chapter 18. We'll start verse 3.
Come, this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18 and verse 3. Instead whereof thou gavest them a burning pillar of fire, both to be a guide of the unknown journey.
An unknown journey. Our people didn't even know where they were actually going when they were being led out of Egypt. They had to follow the Most High. Right? Do we have that faith to follow the Most High? That's what we have to make sure we have as well. Go on.
Both to be a guide, the unknown journey, and an harmless son to entertain them honorably.
Right. Most High even, because the son, it shows you what? Right? The Most High was even a son to us. The Lord was a son to us when we were coming out of Egypt. Right? It was dark. People were scared. Destruction just happened. People just witnessed people's children just dying around them. Right. Now you got to get out in the middle of the night. There was no lamp posts back then. There was no flash torches on their iPhones. They didn't have that. They had to be guided by the Most High. They had to have faith. Right? Not all of them endured. Which is a remembrance to us that you may have faith now, but it doesn't mean you're going to endure the whole time. Just because you've got faith now, you have to make sure your faith is increasing. If you're not increasing in faith, and Satan, he's trying to come against your faith, if you're not increasing or decreasing, you really think, what's the chances of you staying stagnant? What's the chances of you actually just being at the same level? It's very low. You're either going up or you're going down. If you don't feel you're going up, it's more likely you're going down. You have to be increasing. Go on.
And harmless son to entertain them honorably. For they were worthy to be deprived of light and imprisoned in darkness, who had kept thy sons shut up.
Right. So that's the Egyptians. They were worthy to be deprived of light. Right? They didn't have what we had. We had the Lord. We had Yahushua really through the Spirit. Right? They don't have that. The Lord is for us. The Most High said they were worthy to be shut up of life. They were worthy. They did not deserve the Lord. Right? Because they shut us up, because they put us in slavery. So how much so today? That the people put us in slavery, they're not worthy of Yahweh Shai. Look at what they done to us. And they knew that we're the Israelites. They knew that we're the chosen people. They knew that we're the representation of God. So when they put us in slavery, they tried to get their way. That was their way of getting to the Most High. That's all they could do. They had to get to us. Because they didn't have the missiles yet that they wanted to shoot at the Most High. They didn't have the rockets yet. The only way of them showing their hatred towards the Most High was getting to us. So they're not worthy of the Lord now. When they hate Him so much, they put us in slavery. They're not worthy of the Lord. You know?
By whom the uncorrupt light of the law was to be given unto the world.
Right. The light of the law was given unto us. Right. And that's why the Lord came unto us. Right. Christ, he gives us that light so that we can show it to the world. Right. How else is anyone going to know anything, right? Edomites can't show us the light. They've had the chance. They've been doing it. You can't follow their leaders. You can't follow Joe Biden into righteousness. He's not going to show you the way to salvation. That's off, man. Right? He's stumbling, man. Can't even put sentences together. Right? Doesn't even know. Let's read it.
Verse 5. And when they had determined to slay the babes of the saints, one child being cast forth and saved, to reprove them, thou tookest away the multitude of their children, and destroyedst them altogether in a mighty water.
Right. They tried to destroy our children. And they're still trying to do that today. They want to destroy our son. Come out of the womb, right? Wanted to be a gangster. Yeah, they wanted to be a pimp. That's what they want for our sons. They want to destroy them as soon as they come out of the womb. Right? Yeah, go to the school. You gotta bring your child to school so you can teach him how to be gay. Right? You want to teach him that it's fine. Right? You want to teach him that it's okay. He can have his own choices. You know, teach him that at home. We're gonna teach him. We're gonna teach him it's fine. They want to destroy your son, man, as soon as he comes out of the womb. Right? You want to put these little Nas X's and stuff like that. We destroy the children as soon as they come out of the womb. Right? They're trying to say, you know, your God, he's not doing well enough in his teaching. We're going to teach your child. He's not doing it right. Read on.
Verse 6. Of that night were our fathers certified.
Let's read verse 5 one more time.
Come. Verse 5. And when they had determined to slay the babes of the saints.
Right. These heathen have been trying to kill us for almost, when you add up how long these heathen have been against us, it's thousands of years, bro. You had the Egyptians, that's 400 years. You had this captivity right now, that's 1,000 years, just right there. They haven't even added in the Babylonians, the Persians, the Greeks, the Romans, the Assyrians, the Arabs. Thousands of years, these nations have been trying to kill us. So what's the Most High going to do about that? Right? Where's their judgment? What's the judgment? What's the Arab's judgment? They're living good out there. Right? They're living good out there in Dubai, man. When they're making deals with Esau on the low. Right? And they don't want to talk about that. Why is Dubai, which is meant to be Muslim, so incooperative that people can just go there from Europe? You can just go there and do what you want. People are scared. You can go to Dubai. People are scared. You can do whatever you want in Dubai, man. Right? It's not a Muslim country. That's an Edomite country. Esau owns that. Esau owns Saudi Arabia. Esau owns the UAE. That's why they're over here doing what they want to do. Right? But places like Iran, right? Babylon don't have no control over Iran. Right? They're the real people, man. Right? They're the real people that are zealous for being a Muslim. But these people you think Saudi Arabia, they're not serious, man. Right? That's why they're out flexing and spending all their money on big things, being showboaters. Even the Quran don't even show you how to do that. They're in the deals with Esau, right? On the low, and they don't want anyone to know that these nations that you think they're actually benefiting and making fornication with the kings of this earth. Let's read on.
One child being cast forth and saved
Right, which is Moses going.
to reprove them.
Right, Moses, he wasn't destroyed. When we're not given into this world, and the Most High brings us out of this world, saves us from corruption. Right, we're that Moses, that means we're sent to reprove. Go on.
Thou tookest away the multitude of their children, and destroyest them altogether in a mighty water.
And this time it's going to be a mighty fire. Right, that's going to be the destruction of the wicked for what they've done. Right, that's what we have to remember, man. How the Lord saved us. Yeah, He saved us, and He also put judgment upon these heathen that oppressed us. Let's read on.
Verse 6. Of that night were our fathers certified afore, that assuredly knowing unto what oaths they had given credence, they might afterwards be of good cheer.
Right, and we agreed that we should make a covenant with the Most High. We agreed that this is the right thing to do. We've seen what the Lord did. And we said, yeah, we're going to make a covenant with our God. We're not going to covenant with these gods. Look what the Most High did for us. He took us out of Egypt. That's why all the time the Lord lets you know, I am the Lord that brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Right? It's in there probably over 100 times, man. The Lord's emphasizing, He doesn't want us to forget. You brought us out of Egypt. Stop forgetting that. Stop forgetting that you brought us out of Egypt. That's our history. Right? That should pretty much be our last name. We're the Israelites that came out of Egypt. Right? That's what I might say, man. That might be my thing now. Oh, who are you guys? We're the Israelites who came out of Egypt. Just so they know that we are the real Israelites. We're the ones who came out of Egypt.
Right.
You know?
Verse 7. So of thy people was accepted both the salvation of the righteous,
Salvation of the righteous. That's us. That's Israel. Go on.
and the destruction of the enemies.
Right? Our people accepted the destruction of the enemies. When you say no, everyone's got to be saved. It says salvation of the righteous and destruction of the enemy. Right? Everything is 2 and 2. If there's salvation, there has to be destruction. If there's destruction, there has to be salvation. You can't have salvation and no destruction. You can't have destruction and no salvation. Right? They both go hand in hand at the same time. You can't have one and not the other. If there is salvation, there will be destruction of the enemies. Let's read on.
Verse 8. For wherewith thou didst punish our adversaries. For wherewith thou didst punish our adversaries, by the same thou didst glorify us, whom thou hadst called.
Alright, so when the Most High actually destroys our enemies, He's also glorifying us. Because He's also showing, look at the mercy that I've had upon you. Look at the mercy that He's had upon us, that we're still here. Right? So we're yet to be glorified, because the heathen are yet to have destruction. So right now, we haven't even got the glory that the Most High has waited for us. Let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9. We haven't even received the glory yet. Right? The glory is waiting for us. But until these heathen get the destruction, we haven't even seen our glory. We haven't seen us in our best estate. I haven't seen us in, with our best mindset, when we really put our heads together, when we're all righteous. We haven't seen that yet. And we haven't seen the heathen's destruction yet. They both go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. You can't see the Israelites being on top without the heathen going through these curses. Go on.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9. But as it is written, I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man, the things which God, Yahweh, have prepared for them that love Him.
Right, you don't even know the glory that the Lord has for us. You haven't even seen that. You don't even know how mighty you can be, man. Right? You might think, yeah, like Brother Peter said, we should be growing a lot. But you may have grown in the past few years. But that's a testament to show, okay, if you've grown in the past few years, imagine another few years. What are you going to be like then? Imagine 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. Imagine in the kingdom. We don't know how glorious we're going to be. So don't be stagnant, man. Always build it from what you've got. Right, let's go to Sirach chapter. Let's go to Exodus chapter 12. Let's read verse 14 one more time.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 12, and verse 14. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever.
Right, so it's a memorial. That's a part of the Passover. Part of the commandment of the Passover. You have to be remembering what this thing is actually about. Right, that's actually part of the commandment. It's not just about food. However, it is also a feast day. So it is also about how we feast as well. Let's get Sirach 31 verse 12. Because we also have to know not just how to remember the Lord, we also need to know how to feast as well. Right? There's feasts in the world. People eat stuff you eat at home. But this is a feast that is dedicated to the Most High. How does He want us to conduct ourselves and eat? That's what we need to know as well. Let's get that.
This is the book of Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 31, and verse number 12. If thou sit at a bountiful table, be not greedy upon it. Be not greedy upon it. And say not, there is much meat to eat. You say, okay, there is much meat on it.
Right, so let's see. Oh, yeah. I see those lambs. I see them coming out. Right, you're sitting at the bountiful table. And you see these two legs in the table. You say, yeah, I'm up now. Right, I'm eating good today. Right, you can't say, there's much meat upon it. You're rubbing your hands, you're drooling. You don't even notice that saliva dripping down your mouth. You're just thinking upon the food. You're saying, hey, look, you're drooling. You didn't even notice. Right, you're not even hearing them because you're just looking at the glaze on the lamb. You're looking at the slice of the bread. And you're just lusting over it. Like the King David brother. Right? You're just about brother. It's just about brother. But we have to know how to conduct ourselves. We can't just be looking at the table and just, other people are trying to eat. You're barging people's sons out of the way. Right? You're barging Zephaniah out of the way because he wants to have some lamb. He's trying to come in to eat the lamb as well. Right? He said he wants to eat, say no. Right? You're not having that. Right? Say, oh, wait for that. And barge him out of the way, man. Right? Right? Say, no, soldiers first, didn't it? Soldiers first. Right? Prospect trying to eat, say, no, soldiers first. Right? Sister trying to eat, no, say, no. Brothers first. No, man. Can't say that, but you're getting overly gassed. Right? You have to be humble in this thing. Right? Make sure we all do this and we eat on one accord. Right? We're all trying to make sure, we're trying to remember what they're here for. You see some people haven't got their food and they're sneaking along while no one's looking, man. Saying, oh, I've got to be home. Kind of peeling it off, turning around. Kind of do what people do in school, kind of eat under the table and all that. Going off, man. Right, we've all got to do this on one accord. Don't think there's much being, no one's going to see. No one's going to see that piece. See the piece hanging off? No one's going to see that. No one's going to see that. That fell off outside. And you're just eating it behind the corner, man. Saying, I've got to go to the toilet quick. You put stuff in your pocket, you got your hands in your pocket, you got lamb in there, man. It has to be in order, right? Let's get 1 Corinthians 11, verse 1.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, and verse number 20. When ye come together, therefore, into one place, this is not to eat the Lord's Supper. For in eating every one taketh before other his own supper, and one is hungry, and another is drunken.
Right, so not here to get drunk. No, you shouldn't have come here hungry. You should have eaten already. There was food there. If you didn't eat, we said, no, I'm going to have lamb here, and you're hungry now, and you're saying, oh, where's the lamb? I'm starving. Where's it at? You're getting mad. You're getting angry. Hey, well, that's on you. Go home and eat. Bye. Right? We've got to do this on one accord, man, one order. Right? You'll say, oh, no, I'm hungry. Let me take some now. I'm going to take it home. Right? For the kids, I'm going to eat at home because you guys are taking long. Well, I can go home. But you ain't taking nothing, man. Right? We're doing this on one accord. Just take part of your house shy. No, I'll serve your house shy at home. I'll serve the Lord at home. Right? I'll catch up with you guys. That's what people say, man. I don't want to keep the commandments. Those who say, oh yeah, I'll keep the commandments in church. They want to do it in the congregation. Right? I'm going to go keep the commandments. You can't keep the commandments in church, man. Right? Brother said, you can't be a at these birthdays, man, at these feast days that are of the world, saying I'm keeping the commandments there. I'm keeping the commandments in the club. I'm keeping the commandments in the mosque. I'm keeping the commandments in the Hindu temple, in the Gurdwara. You can't keep the commandments over there, man. They're rats, man, falling over. Right? So you have to be on one accord. No stealing food from people's plates, saying, no, you don't want that. Right? Stealing, drinking people's wines, saying, oh, Salaki, oh, my lips are on it now, so I might as well finish it. Right? No wickedness, man. Right? No touch people's lands before they touch it, saying, oh, see, I touched it, let me just, no, my bad. Right? Don't put your hand on people's plates. Right? No accidentally, I accidentally put your lamb, Salaki, you know. No doing any folly, man. All be on one accord. Right?
Let me get the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12, 10 verse 12.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, and verse number 12. And now, Israel, what does the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. To keep the commandments of the Lord, to keep the commandments of the Lord, and his statutes which I command thee this day for thy good.
So the commandments are for our good. Keep the commandments. It's not a fashion thing. 1 minute you're Israelite, next minute into Islam. Like Zachariah said, next minute into Buddhism. You might say you're atheist. You might say you just believe in a Big Bang. This is not a game, really. Let me get 2 Peter 2 and 21. Because it'd be better you didn't even know the truth. Play around.
It's the book of 2 Peter, chapter 2, and verse number 21. For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness.
Whoa, what did the Lord say?
It had been better for them not to have known the way of
You
righteousness.
should have been playing basketball, video games. What did they play? Madden, FIFA. You should have been doing that. Modern Warfare, right? What other games they play? Fortnite, FIFA, basketball, 2K. You might as well just be doing that rather than come to taste the lamb, as the king has said, and mess about. Then the next day after Passover, you kind of do what you want to do. You kind of got leaven in your house. You're inviting people around. You're eating chicken and chips. Knowing that the flour might have self-raising flour in it. You're not even being mindful, not even looking behind the packaging and saying, oh, what is this got in? You're just picking up anything. That means you're not being mindful of nothing. You don't want to keep the commandments feel good. You don't want to set your house in order. Come on.
Then after they have known it, to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto
That's the
them.
worst thing you can do. Turn from the holy commandment delivered unto you. Just disregard everything. Just live your best life. Right? As the king said, that you might as well go Dubai. Not knowing that it's Esau's land, man. Thinking you're doing something, man. Oh yeah, I can kind of get away smoking weed, man. I might get a prison sentence. Right? They don't care, man. You're just spending money there. That's what you're doing. Right? Come to England again, it's the same thing. No one really cares. Right? Unless you're trying to get around the government, and that's when they care. Right? Come on.
But it is happened unto them according to the true proverb, the dog is turned to his own vomit again.
That's judgment, man. You go back to what you were doing before. Right? Your own vomit. What else?
And the soul that was washed to her wallowing in the mire.
Pig just rolling back around in the mud. Foolishness. Absolute madness. And you get 2 Edges 14 and 13. And this is why we have to have our house in order. Right? Men have to take charge of their house. Be leaders of the house. Right? Someone kind of knocking the door at 12 o'clock. You've got to go and check it out, man. Right? You can't be saying, oh yeah, I got my woman to come do it. Right? You're the man of the house. You've got to lead the house and set the house in order. Have rules and regulations. Kind of have bedtimes for the children, man. Right? The Lord said, let all things be done decently and in order.
This is the book of 2 Esdras, chapter 14.
14 and 13.
2 Esdras 14 and verse 13. Now therefore, set thine house in order.
What do we have to do as men?
Set thine house in order.
You've got to set a house in order, right? Make sure you got everything in order, right? You kind of know what time you're going to do the shopping. You kind of know when you have to do the washing. You kind of know what time is bedtime. Hey, as a big man, you should have a bedtime. Right? You kind of stay at 12 o'clock knowing you've got to get to 6 a.m. Knowing you're just going to, hey, listen, I can't get into work, I'm sick. Calling a sickie, right? Just because you're not disciplined. As a disciple, you've got to be disciplined. Right? Have a bedtime. Oh, that's what the Edomites do. No, have a bedtime, man. I'm sorry, dude. Right? Know when you're gonna. Oh, know your body then. If you don't want a bedtime, know your body. You gotta sleep a certain amount of hours. So you're just gonna wake up with bags underneath your eyes, mashing up your own body. That means you don't even care about your own life. Right? Come on.
It's like it. Now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people.
What do you have to do?
Reprove
Why
thy
do you
people.
come out in the highways and byways?
Reprove thy
You
people.
kind of come out there to correct our people. Tell them stop eating pork, crab, shrimp, lobster, to love their brother themselves, to love the Most High with a heart, mind, and soul. Come on.
Comfort such of them as be in trouble.
And that's charity. That's loving your brother, comforting someone you don't even know. You're telling them they're Israelite, you've got to keep the commandments. They believe it, you're going through the prophecies, you're comforting them. Tell them be strong. Listen, you're going to go through trials and tribulations. Hold that there. Let me get Sarah 2 and 1.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse number 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
So as soon as you come into this truth, you have to prepare your soul for temptation. Your eyes, what are you not doing? What is it? The black Hebrew Israelites. Hey boy, don't get yourself killed, you know. Don't get my house raided, you know. They'll be the first one to give you up when Jacob's trouble kicks off. You've got to be mindful of your family members as well. What you're telling them, where you're going, be mindful. Because they'll be the ones that will jack you up and say, yes, I've got that Hebrew Israelite, right? He's my nephew. Before you know it, the SWAT team at your house. Everyone 5 at your house. What video you watching, boy? You're on your fringes. And brother thinks it's a game. It's not a game. Esau knows when you're holding your fringes. Right? But you can't be fearful. Let me get 2nd Esdras chapter 16 verse 76.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 76. And the guide of them who keep.
Start from 35. Sorry.
Verse 75. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for God, for Yahweh is your guide.
Right? So the Most High Yahweh, Basham, Hamashak, Yahushua is our guide. Right? We can't be afraid of Esau and his missiles. He kind of got heat-seeking missiles. Right? You can kind of sit in a house and press one button and a drone come and just blow you up. You can't be afraid of that. Because the Lord will rise you up, resurrected. You'll be resurrected. What do you want Yahushua resurrected? That means you believe in this truth for no reason. If you don't believe Yahushua was resurrected, and you believe that Esau can kill you, you won't be resurrected. You're in the street for no reason, right? Because the Lord can rise you up. Don't fear death. Suffer none of these things. Brother kind of getting locked up, right? Kind of getting put on probation, right? Community service, right? You can't be around another brother. These are the trials and tribulations that you've got to go through. You've got to kind of labor with other brothers. Still doing the work. There's no malice, no love. Don't care about what camp you're from, right? We're doing the work. That's it. Bring up on tables, right? Come on. And that's true stories. That's actually accounts of brothers going through that, right? Come on.
Verse 76, and the guide of them who keep my commandments.
We keep hearing about keeping the commandments. We keep hearing about keeping the commandments. This is something you've got to do. You've got to keep the commandments. Tell your brother about the commandments. Right? I was at work the other day, and my brother was kind of talking about certain things, and I kind of led to the truth, being an Israelite. And I was like, yeah, I follow IUIC. I kind of followed a brother from IUIC. Yo, I've got a brother who wants to join. That was it. Oh, he's from another camp. I want him to join my camp. Or maybe I let him join Zachariah's camp. Right? Nah. He said he follows them. His spirit deals with them. I follow the brother. Right? That was it. He's joining them now. That's it. Done. Right? Because we're on the same mission. Right? To serve the Most High God and wake up our people and to believe in Yahweh Shai. Right? Everything other than that is just foolishness, man. Right? Your little doctrines and you keep yourself this way. You do this, you do that. Oh, we don't believe this, we believe that. That's minor stuff. Yahweh Shai is going to correct us. Right? In the second wilderness. Right? Come on.
Who keep my commandments and precepts.
Come on.
Saith the Lord Yahweh.
Saith the Lord Yahweh. Right, let me get 2 Kings 20 and 1.
It's the book of 2 Kings, chapter 20, and verse number 1. In those days was Hezekiah sick unto death.
Right, so Hezekiah was sick unto death. He was about to die, right? Come on.
And the prophet Isaiah, the son of Amos, came to him and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, set thine house in order.
What did the Most High God say?
Set thine house in
So
order.
this is the commandment. Chiefly, the man's about to die, but the Lord says set your house in order. Your house should always be in order. You should know what's going on in your house. Like kind of coming home, like clothes everywhere, you don't know what's going on, right? Mail everywhere, right? 2 weeks old, you don't know you're going to be evicted. You don't even know what's going on in your own house. That's madness. You got to set your house in order. Come on.
For thou shalt die and not live.
Right?
Then he turned his face to the wall and prayed unto the Lord, saying, I beseech thee, O Lord, remember now how I have walked before thee in truth and with a
And
perfect
this is
heart.
Hezekiah being humble, right? Coming down as a babe, as a child, right? Come on.
And I've done that which is good in thy sight. And Hezekiah wept sore.
Right?
And it came to pass afore.
And this is the Lord having mercy on Hezekiah, him weeping before the Lord, crying, right? You got to kind of sometimes cry when you pray, right? You kind of cry to the Lord, right? You're upset, you're kind of sorrowful. You're not laughing when you're praying to the Lord. Oh yeah, you're going to help me, Lord, you're going to help me. Oh yeah, no, that's a foolish prayer. You can't be doing them things. You got to be sorrowful. You got to be in a lower state. You got to bow down. You got to put your head down to the ground. You got to kind of hold your hands up. Come on.
Afore Isaiah was gone out into the middle court, that the word of the Lord came to him, saying, Turn again and tell Hezekiah, the captain of my people, Thus saith the Lord, the God of David thy father, I have heard thy prayer, I have seen thy tears, behold, I will heal thee.
Right, and this is what we want for every single brother and sister and child in here, right? The Lord to heal us, right? Spiritually, physically, and mentally. Come on.
On the third day thou shalt go up unto the house of the Lord, and I will add unto thy days 15 years.
Right, and the Lord could have added how much years he wanted to add, but he chose 15 years, right? Come on.
And I will deliver thee and this city out of the hand of the king of Assyria.
Right, even your enemies, you're about to die as the king of Judah, the Lord's going to deliver you at your hand of your enemies and give you 15 years. That's mercy, right? Come on.
And I will defend the city for my own name, for my own sake.
Right, and the Lord's going to defend it for his own name's sake. That's on that king. Can go back to 2nd Ezra 14 and 13.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14 and verse 13. Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption.
Right, and that's what we have to do as a people, renounce corruption. Right, you kind of see a brother owe another brother money, and you kind of keep on a hush-hush. You've got to renounce corruption. Let him know what you're doing wrong. Right, rebuke it before everyone, so the rest may fear. Right, let me get Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 12.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29 and verse 12. For that thou shouldest enter into the covenant with the Lord thy God, and into his oath, which the Lord thy God maketh with thee this day.
Right, so the Lord made a covenant with us, the children of Israel, and with our fathers, right? Let me get Lamentation 5 and 7.
This is the book of Lamentation, chapter 5 and verse 7. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities.
So we took on the iniquities of our fathers. We are forefathers chiefly, right? According to the 3rd and 4th generation when the Lord brings us back. Come on.
Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doth deliver us out of their hand.
Right? And that's what we cry unto the Lord, because our servants, or servants who really are meant to be our servants, are ruling over us. Did not the Lord say that servants and horses and princes walking the servants? Right? So it's reversal because we broke the commandments. Let's go back to Deuteronomy, right, chapter 29, verse 13.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29 and verse 13. That he may establish thee today for a people unto himself, and that he may be unto thee a God, as he hath said unto thee, and as he hath sworn unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac,